This question comes from an officer in Kansas, and he says, look, I work for a municipality where dispatch is handled at the county level. When a tip about an erratic driver is called in, dispatch will broadcast the tip information throughout the entire county, but will end the broadcast with the statement to make our own case if the vehicle is located. Note, this is county policy, not my agency policy. I know that case law states that anonymous tips provide a sufficient basis on which to make a traffic stop. That case is Navarette versus California. However, dispatch's policy is to instruct all LEOs to develop their own, reasonable suspicion and so forth to make the stop. I have at various times ignored this policy with my agency support on the basis of the collective knowledge doctrine. Okay, so does the collective knowledge doctrine apply here? All right, let's walk through this step by step, shall we? Number one, okay, can the anonymous tips, this is all about anonymous tips. So when a person calls up 911 and provides information, can you use that information to develop your reasonable suspicion? And the answer is yes, and here's why. In 2024 and beyond, those tips are not truly anonymous. Almost never. Can they be anonymous? Sure. If a person picks up a phone and calls you from a phone in a lobby of a hotel, and they're like, I'm not telling you who I am, there's drug activity going on, there's this activity going on, that's a truly anonymous tip, and you're going to need cooperation before you can act on that tip. You can always make a consensual encounter, but before you make a stop, you're going to need cooperation. However, when people call in drunk drivers and erratic drivers and so forth, are they truly anonymous? And according to the Supreme Court in Navarette, the answer is no. Instead, the way that the Supreme Court looks at those cases is really, I like to say, like a two-part analysis. Number one, when people call 911 dispatch on their cell phone, for example, can we presume that they're liable? Can we actually give them a little bit of our trust? And the answer is yes. And you know why? Because the law states that a person calling 911 that can be identified through call tracing and so forth knows that there's consequences for lying. And therefore, they're presumptively reliable when they're calling 911 to explain or to share with you they see an erratic driver. So that's the reliability. So they're not truly anonymous tip, even though we oftentimes call these people anonymous tips when they don't want to give their information and so forth. The next thing is, how do they know what they know? Most of these drivers are telling you their observations, that they're seeing it. Hey, this guy's all over the road. He almost hit me. He's almost hitting other cars. He's brake checking, all this kind of stuff. And the point is, that's how they know what they know. Now, if you look on your MDT and you have this caller and you have no idea who it is, you don't think dispatch knows who this person is, that's an anonymous tip, and you cannot stop that person without some independent cooperation, like something inside information.